If you've been watching everybody else make money with Claude and you're wondering where the heck to even start, this is the video. Because I asked Claude Opus 4.8 one very simple thing: make me $300 an hour. And what it handed back is the easiest first service that I've ever seen that you can sell to a local business. And honestly, $300 turned out to be the floor. The bare minimum, because the people inside of my community are charging $500 an hour and up for this exact thing. So here's what we're doing today. I'm going to show you what Claude told me to do. Then I'm going to build it live so you can see with your own eyes that it's real. And then I'll show you exactly how to find the business that will pay you for it and how to close them on a call, which is the part that nobody else walks you through. So stay with me, because the build part is the part that everyone obsesses over. And honestly, it's the least important part of this whole thing. A quick background on me so you know I'm not just making this up. A year and a half ago, I was making $50,000 a year doing marketing for an insulation company, checking my bank account anytime that I bought groceries. And within 9 months of going all in on AI, I crossed 6 figures selling AI services to local businesses. So I know exactly what these businesses will pay for. I help business owners, entrepreneurs, and just regular people turn AI into real revenue. So if that sounds like you, come and join my school community of over 3,000 members doing this exact thing for real. You'll learn how to actually find clients, sell things that they want to buy, and close them. And you'll get access to me to get all of your questions answered. The link is down below. All right, now let's dive in. Now let me kill the skepticism before we build anything, because I know this number sounds made up. Nobody doing this charges by the hour, and you shouldn't either. The work gets priced per project, and a simple appointment booking website runs $1,500 to $2,000 for a local business. The reason it comes out to $300 an hour is that Claude collapses the 2 weeks that it used to take into a single afternoon. So when a $1,500 site takes about 5 hours of real work, that's $300 an hour work without anyone ever saying the word hourly. And that $300 is just the starting line, because once you niche down and position the work right, that same afternoon of building sells for a lot more, which is exactly how the people in my community land these things for $500 per hour and more. So let that marinate for a second, because it's the speed that's the cheat code, and Claude is what makes that speed possible. So that floor is real, and the ceiling just keeps rising with the more reps that you get, because the whole thing is almost embarrassingly simple, since you're taking what you already know and then handing the heavy lifting to Claude. So let me show you the exact thing that Claude told me to sell. So what Claude pointed me to is almost too simple, and that's the point. It's a one-page website whose only job is to get local businesses booked appointments. And I'm going to build you one live right now so you can see how fast this actually is, because I don't want you just taking my word for it. Now, most people building websites with AI just screenshot someone else's template and then they ask AI to just copy it. And that's the mistake, because the second that you start from somebody else's design, you've thrown away the only thing that actually makes a page book appointments, which is building it around the one thing that a business actually needs. So you start from the goal and not the template. So let's say the business is a real estate agent and the page has exactly one job, which is to get people to book a private consultation. So the first thing I do is I open Claude Opus 4.8 and tell it to be a conversion-focused web designer. And I give it the brief. You're a senior conversion web designer. I'm building a one-page site for a luxury real estate agent, and the only goal of the page is to get visitors to book a private consultation. So walk me through the ideal section-by-section structure for that single goal, and propose a visual direction, palette, and mood that feels premium and calm for high-end buyers. And right away, it hands me a real layout reasoned around booking calls, with a hero that leads with the outcome, a trust strip, and the consultation form sitting high on the page. That's the consulting brain doing the work before a single pixel exists. Now here's where it gets fun, because I'm gonna have Claude build the whole thing as a live page. I can watch it render right in front of me and change just by talking to it. Then comes the copy. And this is where you skip the part that everyone gets stuck on, which is waiting for the business to send you documents about themselves. Instead, you point Claude at their existing online presence. Here's this agent's current website and their reviews. Pull what they actually offer and the specific objections that their buyers mention, then rewrite every section so the whole page pushes toward booking a consultation. Keep it simple enough for anyone to follow, and keep the tone premium. And now the copy isn't just generic AI filler. It's built from their real services and the real reasons why customers hesitate, which is what makes it convert. You have Claude generate custom hero images so it doesn't look like the same stock that everyone else uses. And then you paste in the business's real calendar link so the booking form actually works, and then you ship it live in one step. And here's the thing that I actually need you to hear, because this is the whole point of this video. That build was easy, and it gets easier every month, which is exactly why the building is not where your money comes from. Anyone can prompt a website now, and almost nobody can figure out the right business to sell it to. So let me show you that part live, because this is the half that actually puts money in your account. A beautiful website with no buyer is just a hobby. So let me open Claude back up and have it build a list of 10 real businesses that need this right now. Now here's the one thing to set up first, because Claude on its own can't just dig up a real list of businesses out of nowhere. You connect a prospecting tool to it, and the one I'd point you to is Vibe Prospecting, which plugs straight into Claude and gives it a live database of real businesses to pull from. It takes about a minute to add, and once it's connected, you just talk to Claude the way you normally would, and Claude does the digging for you. Find me 15 real estate agents in city who look like they'd pay for a high converting website. Prioritize ones that are clearly already spending on marketing, that have lots of listings but a weak or outdated site, and that make it hard to book a call right now. For each one, give me their name, what's wrong with their current setup, and who I would contact. And the qualifying filter is the most important part, so don't skip it. You only want businesses that are already spending money on marketing, because a business that has paid for help before will pay again, while one that never has will fight you on every dollar. And past behavior is the most honest predictor of future behavior that you will ever have. When you want hundreds of these instead of 15, you can scale this exact thing using a scraper like Apify inside of Claude Code. But you genuinely don't need that for your first client. Now the outreach. And the message has exactly one job, which is not to close the sale. Trying to win the project in a cold message is like proposing on a first date. So all you're doing is trying to earn a 15-minute call. You lead with the specific thing that you noticed so that they know you actually looked. You back it with proof, and then you invite them to talk. Hi name, I went through your site and your reviews, and the thing that stood out is how hard it is to actually book a call with you, which usually means consultations are slipping through. I build pages for agents that turn that traffic into booked appointments. And here are 3 samples so that you can see the quality. If it looks like a fit, I'd love 15 minutes this week or next. That's it. No pitch deck or funnel, just one honest message that points at a real problem. And you send it to the 10 businesses that Claude just found for you. This is the part that beginners are terrified of. And it's where your real number is actually won, because that call is the difference between charging that $300 floor and charging what the pros charge. And this part I can teach you cold, because closing consulting calls is what I do for a living. So let me walk you through the exact way that I run mine. The first thing you do the moment the call starts is to take charge of it and tell them how the call is going to go before they can. You say something like, what I usually do is ask a few questions to understand your business. Then you ask me anything you've got, and by the end we'll both know if it's a good fit. It sounds small, but it instantly makes you the experienced one in the room, because the person steering the call is the professional. And the more professional you look, the more money they'll pay. Then you ask about their business and what they actually want the page to do. Then you go quiet and let them talk. And there are 2 reasons why this works. 1, you genuinely need to understand the business in order to build the right thing. And 2, a person who gets to talk while you really listen walks away feeling understood. And someone who feels understood trusts you more. So ask and then stop talking. Somewhere in there, you'll show them that you're the expert. And you'll do it by naming the specific thing that you can do that the cheaper option cannot. So you tell them that you'll build it custom around booking consultations instead of dragging blocks around in a generic template, because that one sentence explains why you're worth more than the person charging $200. Now the money moment. When budget comes up, you let them say a number first, always, because the person who names a price first reveals what the interest is, and you want that to be them. So when they ask you your rate, you turn it around gently with, I work per project, but tell me the budget that you had in mind, and we'll find something that works for both of us. And almost every time it's more than you feared. Then you say your price, and here's the hardest instruction in this entire video. You say it, and then you say nothing. Don't justify it, don't soften it, don't fill the silence. because the second you start defending your number, you've told them it's negotiable. So you just hold the quiet, and the quiet makes you look like someone who charges this all the time. And that confidence makes them confident too. And the moment they say yes, you lock it down fast, because a yes on a call is not money in the bank. And people genuinely change their minds or have second thoughts after they hang up. So you walk them straight into the next step, a simple contract and a deposit that they fund right there. Because once the money's in, the deal is closed and the work can actually start. So strike while it's hot. And I know exactly what you're thinking. Lindsay, this is fine for you, but I've never built a site for a real business. I don't have samples, and nobody's gonna pay me $300 an hour with a straight face. And I'll give it to you the same way that I wish someone would have given it to me, with zero judgment, because I sat exactly where you are. You don't need a year of experience. You need 3 sample sites that you can build this weekend in an afternoon each. And you need to have done the thing one time, just so it's real to you. The real estate agent on the other end of that call, they've never opened Claude and they don't care how long you've been doing this. So you don't have to know everything. You just have to know more than they do about turning their website into booked appointments. And after this video, you already do. So here's your weekend, and I want you to actually run it instead of just saving this. Build 1 sample site, start to finish, using exactly what I showed you, because the moment that you watch Claude do it once, it stops being scary. Then have Claude pull you a list of 10 local businesses in one niche, and then message every one of them with a simple, honest line about the problem you noticed. That's the whole assignment, and it's the entire money loop in one weekend. And do the math out loud, because it's the thing that makes the price stop feeling crazy. A $1,500 site that takes you 5 hours is $300 an hour, and your second one will take you half the time. The business owner paying for it is thrilled, because that page brings them appointments far more than the $1,500 they paid you. Everybody wins, which is exactly why this keeps working. A year from now, you've either built a folder of practice sites that you've never shown anyone, or you sent that first batch of messages, stumbled through a couple of slightly awkward calls, and now you've got real clients paying you real money. The only difference between those 2 people is whether you close this video and go build the sites, or close it and go watch another video. So if you're a business owner, entrepreneur, or just a regular person, you want to turn AI into actual revenue, come join my school community of over 3,000 members doing this for real. You'll learn how to actually find clients, sell things that they want to buy, and close them. And you'll get access to me to get all of your questions answered. The link is down below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.